do, you guys? It is your girl, Fallon Favors. Yes, back again for another episode of the Baby Mama Chronicles. Thank you so much for joining me once again. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. Come on in, get comfortable, grab a snack. I want to make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I want you to be the first one to see anytime I drop any new content, and it is coming fast. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, you guys, so there's this conversation happening in the YouTube community right now surrounding Black men grabbing their passports, crossing over to the water or crossing over the water, okay, and finding their loves, finding companionship, finding partnership, finding wives, okay? And so this conversation is kind of on the back of the video that I did drop, Are Black Women Scaring Black Men Away, and a lot of my Black men did hop in my comments, and ladies, just so it's clear, these Black men are not playing, okay? They are very serious about finding companionship with people that are cooperative. Well, not people, but women that are cooperative, that have desires to have strong families, that desire to have, real companionship and real partnership. And they are electing to go to other places to be able to find it because of our hypermasculinity, because of our, just not being able to cooperate, not being able to find common ground, and not having a real desire to cement that strong Black family. So I'll just keep it real though, a lot of these Black men too were, seeming very emotional about how they felt about it, which emotions are not a bad thing, right? And I think that we have to look at that through a specific lens. And the way that I see it as a Black woman is as I see it as a cry for help, okay? There's been a lot of bravado, you know what I'm saying, as I engage with my Black men, and it's almost like little boy syndrome. And it's not to discredit your experienced Black man, but just to say, little boys, they never want to see you, they never want you to see them cry. They always try to puff up their chest and all of that. And so a lot of their behaviors, which very well and obviously are indicative of how they really feel, it's not going to be as blatant and direct, right? But to me, it literally sounds like a cry for help with a lot of the comments and stuff that I've been getting from my Black men regarding this topic. I've also seen too, you guys, that there seems to be a little bit of a delusion surrounding going to these different places, all these different continents, all of these different countries on the hunt for, your wife and your partner, thinking that you're just going to be welcomed with open arms, like it's going to be a coming to America moment with the Prince Hakeem roses, laid out in the doorway for you as you walk through the door. I think y'all might have it twisted. A lot of you guys haven't even traveled outside of your geographic location, your direct location, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe even a couple of states over. Going to these different places, understand that the cultures and the customs are 100% different. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we have no idea unless you've really traveled. And another part of the conversation that I'm not really hearing a lot about is Black men willing to assimilate to the customs and the cultures of these different places that they're going to. Do you think that these fathers of these daughters are just gonna let their daughters go without, any kind of exchange of commerce? Okay, some type of, what are you trading in? Are you gonna be taking care of the family? Are you gonna be sending back money back home to their country? What are you prepared to do? Do you just feel like it's going to be, because a lot of you guys, I think, are more ego driven when you're talking about these things and having this conversation. And again, I feel like it's a cry for help. It's coming from a hurt space. And so it's like, are you willing to, do a lot of these things that may be required for you to be able to date these women? It's not just going to be you hit them over the head, dragging them back to America, and then having them do what you want to do and having them bend at your will based on your own ideologies and things that you want them to follow. These are human beings as well, and they have their own mind, again, and they have their own customs. So just don't automatically assume that once you get one over here, they're just going to be doing whatever it is that you say and are going to be so cooperative. You really don't know. I think you also have to think about the religious differences, right? Because if you're talking about bringing kids into the equation and things like that, like, your kids are going to have to be raised under these regimens. These kids are going to have to be raised under, these customs and beliefs. What about that? And if this woman comes from a different country or a different custom, who's to say that she's willing to let all of that go? You know what I mean? Just because she's decided to marry a Black man. Are you ready to assimilate? Are you ready to teach your kids and give your kids other foundations that maybe you may not yourself believe in as a Black man? That is something else that you guys need to think about. We're going to do a part 2 of this too, because I also owe you guys a video for what's been going on in my life right now. It is kind of crazy. Just last week, I was low-key spiraling. And I'm going to give you guys some insight on exactly what's been going on with me, because I don't think we do enough of those kind of videos. And as you guys can see, I am on limited lighting. The sun is going down. I let my mama use my ring light. My mama was on TMZ, y'all. Maybe I'll drop that in one of these corners just so y'all can see my mama is doing her thing too, And so I'm just trying to make it happen all at once, guys. So I definitely will be doing a what's been going on with me video, and I want to do a part 2 to this topic as well, because we're kind of just breezing through. This is a real talk, and so I just wanted to kind of just give some game really quick. The last thing that I will say is that Black men, okay, I've had so many conversations with you, you know, and I've talked to y'all. Y'all know some of y'all that I've talked to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got to make sure y'all continue to tap in. But I will ask you guys, I want to ask you guys, you know, I think or maybe it's more of like something that I would like you to maybe like, you know, really ponder, right? Like, a lot of you guys, you know, the issues that you are taking with Black women did not start with the women that you started dating. You know, a lot of these issues started with your own mother, your own, you know, woman that you have that lifetime connection to, that held you in her womb for 9 months. You understand what I'm saying? Because although y'all love y'all mama, everybody, you know, the Black men love their Black mama child, but you know, Black mama, you know, may have had dudes running in and out of the house. Are we gonna talk about it? I don't have my drink today. You know, had dudes running in and out of the house. Or, you know, how many of your mothers have stable, solid Black, you know, love relationships right now? Is your mother in a loving partnership right now with a Black man? Was she in that kind of relationship when she raised you to be able to give you the foundations and the fundamentals that you would need in order to, you know, foster and build your own healthy Black relationship and commitment? These are things that you have to think about, you know, because a lot of the resentment, I feel, you know, starts to surface, of course, when you're in these relationships, but you want to kind of pinpoint when was the inception of these ideologies and these perceptions. It's literally something that is interconnected, and we cannot ignore that. Okay, you guys, so this was probably the quickest YouTube video that Fallon Favors has ever done. Okay, I got more for y'all next week. Like, again, I probably will drop 2 videos next week. I think I owe y'all that again of what's been going on with me, and we'll do a part 2 to this conversation. Let me know your thoughts preliminarily, how y'all feeling about that. You know, drop it in the comments. I know my dudes is gonna tap in, and ladies, you guys tap in too. Get into the comments with some of these men, because they have a whole lot to say. Okay, I want y'all to make sure to give your feedback. I will see you guys next week. Peace.